Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we are building a kind of a renovated industrial. That's what I'm gonna call it. It kind of looks industrial on the outside, but it's like contemporary on the inside. Like it's entirely black and white. Like I tried not to use anything of any other color but black and white. And then like there's plants. So I guess green is kind of like an accent color, but it's mostly black and white in the furniture and like the parts of the house. It's not plants, if that makes any sense. So this house is for 2 adults and a toddler, and then I was planning for the entirety of the white, there's an entire white room that I was thinking was going to be a guest room because I made this for Sims that I had already made. So that's what I was planning on, but it had so much space that I was just like, okay, this can be a guest room. Because you can see when I make the floor plan that I made it like 4 bedrooms, and then I had like a bunch of extra space because obviously I only needed 2 bedrooms, not 3 bedrooms. I only needed 2 bedrooms. So I was like, what do I do with one of these? So you'll see that I made one of them into like a lofted kind of area, like it's open to the upstairs or downstairs. It's open, and the other one is a guest bedroom that is entirely white. So here I'm doing the outside. It looks like all of the houses around it that I had already made. I think the house next to it, I think I have a speed build on this channel. I don't know if I talked over that one or not. That probably has music over it, so sorry if you wanted to watch that. You can still, but it's just, you know, my outro music over the entirety of the build. But I'm going for this kind of like style house for the entirety of this neighborhood in Newcrest. So I wanted to keep it like all the same. So I'm building these 4 houses, and then there's a park where you can kind of see it in some of the like, I guess, angles that I do. There's like a park that I made, but I didn't make a video out of it. I made it like 4 years ago. No, like 3 years ago. I made it a while ago. But like that's the style of the neighborhood I'm going with. So I'm building a bunch of houses for that. So you'll probably see another 40 by 30 a lot that's this style soon. So I finish up the neighborhood. Sorry if it's getting repetitive. It's probably fine. The interiors are all really different. The exteriors are what look exactly the same. So in this house, I originally was gonna go with more of like a typical, like, I don't know what to call it, like normal me style. But then I was like, I found this fireplace from Parenthood, and I was like, oh, okay, that I like that. So, and then I went with that. It was like a black and white fireplace, and I decided to go with that because originally you see that I put purple couches in, and that's what I did with the other house. And so I was gonna keep the same thing, but then I didn't want it to be the exact same. So I made the couches, the couches are black, and then, yeah, here you can see the couches that are originally put in, but I keep that for not very long. And here I put in the fireplace that I chose, and then I base the entire color scheme off of that fireplace. That's usually what I do, based off of one really random object. So here you can see that I'm putting all black couches, and then this white coffee table that I actually kind of like with this kind of house. I think it's base game, but from an update, so I really like that. And then these chairs that I make white at like a bit later because I wanted there to be some kind of like break up in the room of not just entirely black. There's some white accents. I guess white isn't an accent, it's entirely black and white, so it's like half and half. But here you can see that I make the living room entirely black and white, and here I'm adding these doors, but I think I changed the doors to black too because I didn't like them white. Here I mess around with the island a lot, so you just ignore me messing around with the island because I've tried it a couple times, and then I decided I didn't want an island, and then after I finished the kitchen I was like, no, it needs an island, and so I put an island in, and so because it wasn't centered, it was either centered with the room or centered with the kitchen, and I didn't like either one of them, but I figured it out eventually. I think it's centered with the room. It's what originally I had right then. So I mess around with it a bunch. I do this. Oh yeah, I don't remember what I put. So this is what I ended up doing. I remember that now. But I make the entire kitchen black and white too, so the entirety of it, you can see now that it's forming entirely black and white. And it's kind of open floor plan for the most part, except for like there's this one big like long rectangular room off to the side where I just put an archway into. That I didn't know what to do with. I made the house kind of big for what I wanted, and then I decided to put all of this stuff on that side of the house, and then I didn't know what to do with that room, so I leave it to like second to last of the rooms. So it takes me a while to decide what to do with it, and I kind of made it like a game room, kind of, not really necessarily, just like a hobbies room, because there's an office already, and then I already had everything else necessary, and like they don't really need multiple offices, because like they have jobs, one's a doctor and one's a business person, so they didn't really need that many offices. They could just share the one. So I didn't know what to make of this room, so I just leave it blank for a long time. And these bathrooms I left in again, but they're really boring. Also, the toddler's room is the one on the diagonal, has a bigger bathroom than the one in the master bedroom, so that's fun. So you can see the 2 bedrooms on the left side of the house are the ones that I don't use for the main Sims. The one above the office is obviously the one that I cut out above the office. I don't know if I said that or not, but like that's the one I cut out, and the other one next to the master bedroom is the one I use for the guest room. So the guest room is really boring because I didn't want to do a guest room, but that's like all I had to do. Like that's all the options that I had because I didn't know what else to do, so I just put like a really boring guest room. So that's what it is. You could put like a grandparents in there, or if you had another kid, you could put them in the entirely white room. And then you could like change it up, obviously, if you wanted like the kids' rooms to be, more interesting, because the toddler has an entirely black and white room, and it's like, well, it's kind of gray too, but like it's kind of boring. You can see that now that I stuck with the color scheme in the toddler's room too, which I don't do a lot. Usually I for the kids' rooms, I like change the color scheme, because obviously as a kid, it's not gonna like want to entirely like, I don't know, polka dotted green room or whatever the rest of the house is like, so they have their own style. But for this house, I felt that it would probably be weird to have like a bright, green room next to this like entirely black and white entire house. So I made this room black and white too. But so you can see that I am putting a bunch of toys around, but I didn't want the toys to be like bright either, and I didn't want any of like the like bits of anything else to be bright. But I decided that this bookshelf would be fine with the like colored stuff in it, because like it's not going to be entirely black and white. There's going to be pieces of anything that's going to be colored, but for the most part it is black and white. Oh, and also I put like an art table in the toddler's room. I know they can't use it, but it looks good and takes up space. They could use it when they get older. It's okay. And here I'm doing the bathrooms. Very boring, as I said. They're just typical and didn't take very long. I didn't put very much thought into them, and I put a season sink and then base game, everything else. Oh, and the mirror is Parenthood, so I like that mirror with it. And then I put a rug underneath the shower, and I paused for a period of time. Oops. So there's like 6. There's a lot of bathrooms in this house. There's like 5 or 6. So you're not gonna run out of bathrooms, because there's 3 downstairs and 3 upstairs. Oops. You're fine. There's plenty of bathrooms for all of the Sims that you may want to put in this house. And yeah, here I'm going through the phase of I don't know what to put in this room. I tried to put a couch in there, and then I ended up deciding on this game room kind of thing. So I put a fish tank, which may or may not stay. I think it stays. And then chess, and then a piano, and then like a grand piano, like a big piano. But I was originally going to put a keyboard, but then I found the piano and it took up a bunch more space, so I kept that. And then in the corner, I rounded off a lot of the corners because it, takes up less space, and it, fills up the room. And then I put a big rug in the house, or not in the house, so in the game room type thing. And then here you can see that I'm trying to open up that to the second floor, but all the roof clipped in, so I had to fix that, but that wasn't that hard. So here, I made like the wallpaper like a white, but it's like not exactly the same colors, but it doesn't look that bad. It's not that noticeable, except for like a dark like trim around where the 2 wallpapers meet. But like if you don't look that hard, it's not that noticeable. So here you can see that I'm doing the like guest bedroom. Oh, and the thing sticking up from the first floor is the door, because I used a medium wall height door on a short like wall height, so it sticks up partly. But I don't know if you can use the dresser, but like you don't really need to use the dresser because you can just click on the sim. Oh, and I made it pink for a period of time. I was like, I want to make it pink because that's fun. But like then I was like, no, I made the rest of the house black and white. That's weird. So I made it white, entirely white. So, oh, and then I have like a black framed painting. So I guess it's slightly black, but it's mostly white. And then here I have a big backyard, which is a lot of, which I did on all of the other houses. So I put a big backyard, so it looked cool. And I put plants, well, not very many plants. I put trees and then a bush. And then I put like monkey bar, no, not monkey bar, swing sets, because the parents can use that too. So it's almost screenshots time, so I post 4 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, so you can watch another video on Saturday. Bye!